to This Week at the Lou. I'm your host, Chase Gayden.
I'm your host, Japonica Brown.
And I'm your host, Marquise Slater.
Today we'll be talking about a number of things. Black History Month, Valentine's Day relationships, all of it. So, you guys, how are you guys doing?
I'm great.
You feeling
I'm
good?
doing fine today.
Are you excited about the relationships and Valentine's
I
Day?
am JP.
Chase,
So ready to talk about relationships
do
today.
you have a Valentine's?
I don't have a Valentine's, but I plan on getting
You
one
never
pretty
got
soon.
no Valentine's Day. You got a Valentine's?
I don't have a Valentine. I'll be celebrating Independence Day.
Okay, well, I did some research, and the March issue of Ebony 2002 named the top biggest lies about black relationships. So I'm going to name a couple of them. You guys, you tell me what you think.
Okay.
By the way, this is our topic of the day, okay?
Okay.
All right, so the first big lie is black relationships and marriages don't last. What do you think about that? They don't last.
That's false.
I think it's true. You don't name one couple that's been together for a long time.
Well, Whitney and Bobby were together for a long time.
Bobby and Whitney, they over. I'm talking about somebody that you know around the corner that's just been together for a long time.
Chase, didn't you say your grandparents were together?
My grandparents were actually married for 77 years until my grandfather died like 2 years ago. They got married, February 10th, 1923. So they were married for 77 years before he passed. 77.
So I guess it is a lie. Longevity does exist in black
Longevity does
relationships.
exist.
Okay, the second biggest lie is black male-female relationships are only about sex.
I think it's true. A lot of it is true. A lot of people think about sex. That's the only thing on some people's mind. I can't speak for other people but myself. And you don't see a lot of relationships on campus. You see the people sneaking around to different dorms and
Peeping out of back doors with hoods.
So you
don't
rarely
see
see a
anything
relationship.
these
I don't know
days.
what you guys are talking about. I go to Tougaloo College. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it just seems like the media portrays that, sex is hot, sex is in, and, sex doesn't equate to a relationship. But,
No.
I mean, I don't know. In some instances, this is true. I don't think this is a lie. Maybe probably because of our age bracket, us being so young and being on college campuses, that it is just geared towards sex.
And then peer pressure. Think about that. And then, too, we're responding to what society wants. And that's pretty much what's up now. It's quick sex. And,
It sounds so horrible. Anyway.
I mean, sex sells, so
Whatever. The third biggest lie is black male-female relationships are filled with arguments, hardship, and pain.
That's true.
Drama for your mama.
Drama for your mama.
a lot of drama.
Okay, so you're saying that this lie is true, that your relationships are filled with hardship, pain, and arguments.
Well, not necessarily for myself, but just relationships that I witness sometimes with friends, talking to them about their problems. It's always an issue. I think a lot of it has to do with expectations personally. What the other partner, expects out of one, and then one is not willing to give that. So it creates some type of dilemma almost. You remember, who was that? Kelly and Nelly had the song about dilemma. No matter
Yeah.
what you know what I'm saying? So it creates some type of dilemma about a relationship. So you just have to be in there open-minded.
And I think in relationships you have ups and downs. I don't know anybody who's been in relationships that's been at 100% perfect. Right. And like we discussed before, you have to put 100% in. So relationships, it's like a roller coaster, and you have to put forth the effort to control it and keep it under control and stay in it.
Okay, so what are your plans for Valentine's Day, since it's Independence Day for you, which is really 4th of July, and you're just single, and
Yes, I am.
I'm
But
single
I plan on spending time with my mother. Getting her a big Valentine's gift. I haven't
Mama's
so,
boy.
she had me, so you have to contribute back.
And what about you?
Well, I'll probably go to the movies, get a bite to eat, and
By yourself?
Well, no, I'm setting up some things this week. So I'm having what I call a committee meeting.
Oh my God, you are just too much. Well, I think I have a Valentine's.
Really?
I
Who?
don't know. I don't know. Look, I'm working on it, okay?
She thinks she has
I
a Valentine's.
think I have a Valentine's. But do you have any tips for viewers who don't have any Valentine's? Things that they can do to embrace themselves? Because
I think a lot of times, when people talk about Valentine's, people really don't know what love is. And I think that this is the opportunity for everyone to just really take time and love themselves first, because you cannot truly love someone else unless you love yourself. And that's what I'm going to spend time doing, really trying to figure out what's the true meaning of love. How can I love people better? How can I be loved? That's just,
Do you all believe in love at first sight, though?
no.
You don't?
I do believe in immediate attraction. I mean,
Love at first sight is not the same thing as immediate attraction. When you see someone that you like and you fall in lust with them, is with their physicality. You can't look at a person and say, oh, he looks like he got good credit.
I got a question. What defines love, though? What defines love when we talk about love? What defines, in your opinion, JP? What do
Jesus
you,
is the love.
What Jesus is love? There's no greater love than Jesus.
All the
Yes.
time.
So, are you willing to die for somebody?
No.
Well, what if it's your mother? I'm willing to die for my mother.
There's different kinds of love. You got the family love, and then you got your friends love, and then you have that I'm in love.
Yeah.
But I think love is a daily thing. You fall in love every single day because you learn something new about that person every day.
Do you all think that love is more than words? You know, a lot of people just think that it's so caught up into what you say to an individual rather than showing it.
I think it has to do with feelings, compassion, things that you can't speak of, the things you can give without even saying anything. If I touch you and if I hold you, and if you don't even expect it, that's love whenever you unexpect it.
I think the feeling and emotional thing is a bunch of crap because it's not concrete. I can feel annoyed. I can feel aggravated. That's emotions and it's unstable. I can love you today and hate you tomorrow. But I think love is more just like it's a commitment. It's an everyday, it's a job actually. Just the way like we clock in at work or we make sure we're on time for class. That's how you have to be in a committed relationship.
Do you think it's a part-time job? A lot of people take it as a part-time job. They just want to love when they want to love.
Do you take it as a part-time job?
No, I love 100%.
I feel like loving today. Let me go find somebody to love today. So it's true. Some people feel like it is a part-time job, but do you feel like it's an everyday thing though?
I think the bottom line is love is what love does.
Okay, Forrest Gump. Okay.
Love is like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get.
Boy, you a trip. I think everyone should just learn to just hug themselves and spend time with themselves. But I am so glad that we got so much information out. You guys are so cool. I love y'all.
I
love you too.
Well, we're going to take a quick break to see this view from the loo.
Many believe that African American relationships are artificial and not based on love. In fact, many Tougaloo students were surveyed to find out how they felt about African American relationships. JP mentioned that an issue in a black magazine reported that black relationships and marriages do not last. This is how these students felt about that statement.
Well, I guess it's true because we don't even have that many black marriages, so I guess if you don't have anything to start with, then how could it last?
I mean, it's true and it's false. It could be both. Because I was in a relationship and it didn't last, but like the stereotype, if they're trying to make it as black relationships, I think that is false. Anybody, if they have their mind and heart set on being in a relationship and want the relationship, then it can last.
That's not really true because my parents, they did last. They still together right now. They've been together for about 20 years now.
I think that's false. Actually, a good indicator of that is actually my great-grandmother. Her and my great-grandfather were married up until he died, and so I think that's completely false.
That's a false statement. Only people will say that is black people because all we see is black people. So if they don't last, we only think that only black marriages don't last. When actually there are more people who have more problems.
I believe it's true to a certain extent because we like to play games. Realistically, we like to play games.
That's not the truth. Because my grandma and my grandpa died right behind each other because they were so in love with each other. So that's really, really false.
They do last. I mean, of course all marriages don't last, but I mean, I think we're coming to a point in society now as a black community that, we are getting married younger and they're lasting a long time.
I think it's not fair to say black relationships and marriages don't last. I just think in general right now, with the times, relationships and marriages aren't lasting, but I wouldn't say black relationships.
I think that is absolutely false, and I really think that it's a very bad statement and kind of ignorant statement because my spouse is an African American. We've been together 3 years and 6 months, and we're doing very well.
Another statement was black male and female relationships were only about sex. These were their responses.
Well, that I think is wrong because, sex tends to only last for a